In this video today, we will be reviewing a bot called Whatbot. Whatbot is $40 a month, and they support a variety of websites such as North American foot sites as well as EU-based foot sites. And as of late, they've added Easy Supply and has definitely been dominating the game. So Whatbot is actually invite based only. They do allow reselling, so if you wish to purchase Whatbot, you'd want to visit marketplaces like Botmart or Tidal. As of now, while this video is out, the average price point to purchase Whatbot is around $400 to $500. It is definitely one of my most favorite bots to run on foot sites as well as Easy Supply, given the solid history of success that it has shown and demonstrated. So if you are in the market for a good, well-versed all-around bot, this is definitely one that I would recommend to every one of you. Initially, when you open up the bot, you're met with a simple user interface as you've seen here. Here where you have an icon, which is the play sign, is your task groups. You have your profiles, you have your proxies, and then you have your settings. Within the settings itself, you have a variety of things. You can access your logs, or you can deactivate your instance. You're able to add captcha services. The current third-party one that they support is 2Captcha. They also offer a YCD auto-solve integration, which by clicking this button here, you're able to get that set up. Underneath it, you have your webhooks. They've done a wonderful job of allowing variety and allowing you to separate your webhooks as needed. They do support multiple platforms, so you can send them to Discord or Slack. You simply set up your URLs right here for each individual one and have them separated as needed. Underneath there, you have your captchas. This is primarily for in-bot captcha solving. If you do not wish to use a YCD, then that's where you would set this up. Initially, when you start going through the setup process, you actually want to click on the session side, and by clicking the plus sign, you're able to create your harvesters here, log into them, and based off of how many Gmails you've added in, this list will continue to grow. Once you've added all your Gmails in, you would pop over to the solver section, and from there you would create session solvers, and you would assign out the sessions here. So at the moment, by default, it will say default simply because there is only one session loaded. But if I have 4 or 5 additional ones, and I name them, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when I pop over to solvers, if I click on the button right here where it says default, it will allow me through a drop down to be able to select the 1, the 2, or the 3 or 4 harvester that I had created here. Once that's done, if you want to open it up, you simply click this button here and the Whatbot solver will open up. As you can see, it says no Google account detected because I don't have anything loaded, but that's where you would find it. You too can also adjust that through clicking the button right here. By opening the solver, you can assign which solver you want it to be attached to from there. Up at the top, you can reload, you can skip your CAPTCHA, or you can allow it to auto-click as well, just in case if for any reason the solver was not working and you needed to reload it or skip the CAPTCHA that had come up. So that's the harvester side. Underneath it where it says foot sites, this is primarily for gift cards. Just like other bots, Whatbot also supports gift card checkouts. So if you have any gift cards, you would just simply put the number and the pin here. And when you are creating your task, you would assign the task group to use gift cards for checkout, and it would complete that process for you at that stage. Going back to the task group section, so pretty straightforward. You have the thunder sign. Thunder sign is more the quick task. As you can see here, it says coming soon, so it hasn't been implemented. You have the plus sign, which allows you to create task groups as needed. Once you create your task group, you can name it. So say, for example, we're going to be running Easy Supply, but we're going to do slides. So I would then type Easy Slides. And from here, from all the different websites, just at the bottom here, I would click Easy Supply, and by default, it would adjust its category, and it would set this up here for us. Setup button, you would plug in the SKU. To the right, you would set your task groups for your task proxy groups. We don't have any loaded, so for now it'll say none. But when you do have proxies loaded into a group, that will be set up there. I don't recommend touching the head start or the stopping, but this is primarily for scheduling tasks. So you can put a start date and a start time, and you can set up a stop after however long as well too, just in case if you don't plan to be on the computer for any reason and you want your tasks to start and stop automatically. Random size ranges. When you do create tasks within Whatbot, especially when you are running at a larger profile scale, the process of setting up individual sizing is very tedious. It doesn't support size ranges by clicking multiple sizes within a task. So what you actually have to do is come over here where it says random range and set out the sizing that you want. So for example, I want to run size 5, size 6, size 7, size 8, size 9, and size 10. I would set them up like so. And then when I'm creating my tasks, if I would just select random, but it would randomly select from one of these right here. Solving CAPTCHAs, so there's local, which was the inbot harvesters, and then underneath it you have AYCD autosolve. My personal preference is running AYCD autosolve. I find that I get better CAPTCHA solving and better pass rates and more success overall, but both options are available to you. It just comes down to your preference and your own experiences. Underneath here you have rotate profile on failure, so if a task declines, it'll just rotate the profile out for you and continue the checkout. If you want to limit your cards to one checkout per profile, then you can enable this as well by simply clicking the boxes and proceeding from there. Tasks, all the tasks that you create will show up right here. You can do the plus sign, which I would ultimately, I mean, I don't have any profiles created at the moment for me to create a task, but you would be able to create your tasks as needed. This button right here is a quick task. Again, I don't have any profiles loaded, so it won't allow me to do it, but when you are creating profiles in this category here, if you set them up under quick task profiles, this button right here would draw from these profiles in here. Stop and start. Super simple bot to use. The way that they've designed it is very effective. There's not too many bells and whistles. Literally 4 different buttons to go through to get your setup done. And the only advice that I have, which is a mistake that I've made in the past, is make sure that you are setting up your product SKU. I forgot to set up my product SKU, and all my tasks were just idle and they were showing banned statuses, to which had me confused as to why that was happening. But after looking back at my setup, I just realized that I had forgotten to put the product SKU in. So just make sure that you don't forget that. But outside of that, it's pretty easy to use, as I had mentioned. If you have any questions, just open up a ticket within the server. We'd be more than happy to assist. Other than that, that's all that there is. So thank you so much for spending the last few minutes watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day.